part of who I am, part of like what I consider my identity is, you know, this kind of like nomad. Like I want to travel, I want to do different things, I want to, you know, be a person, I want to experience the world. When I graduated, I had been working towards kind of a goal. I wanted to work on cruise ships, you know, I wanted to travel, and the cruise ship was just like the natural inclination. I ended up working for Carnival Cruise Line. Dream job, it was beautiful, I loved every second of it. But, you know, the pandemic hit and cruise ships went downhill from there. I was on the boat for a total of about 4 or 5 months. I started really liking my job and I was getting really good at it as well. And then that's kind of when COVID started. Our last voyage, gossip started flooding, and there was the news that the port of Baltimore was closed to cruise ships by the governor. I had guests come up to me and like very concerned, very visibly concerned as well, as if they are going to be let off the boat in a day. And I had no real answer, and none of us really did. I remember there was actually an emergency crew meeting called. They pulled us into a room and they gave us the news that the port of Baltimore is the first port in the United States to shut down. We were not going to be let off the boat. The guests were going to be let off the boat, and we had to stay on the boat until further notice. And thus begins our anchoring down in the ocean for a month. We had no news on if we were going home. We had no news if we still had a job. We didn't know if our boat had it. That was probably the scariest moment, is we are all trying to clean every inch of the boat, wash your hands 1,000 times a day, don't leave your room, because any area of the boat that guests were just in could be infected. And you know, at this point we had heard the horror stories of other cruise ships that did have it, and how it spread like wildfire through them and people were dying constantly. So it was kind of a race against cleaning to get our boat sanitized. I thought it was going to be a breath of fresh air when I got off the boat, but it was not. You know, we came off the boat, stepping onto Miami soil, and I had never been to Miami until then, but it was a ghost town. I was looking at this like giant city, and I didn't see a soul. It literally felt like I was stepping into the apocalypse. So suddenly, I had to find a whole new life. I was just thinking back about, you know, when was I happy? When was I really happy about where I was, you know, as a person and in my environment too, even just in my life. Because it's a very scary time to travel and a very scary time to find a new place to call home. So for me, you know, I was happy when I was in Detroit, and I loved being here, and I loved my life when I was here. So I was thinking about, you know, well, do I have something left in the city? Do I have something to go to? And do I have something to, you know, to maybe start my life with? I was like, you know, I still have a few close friends in Detroit, and I still have Taylor, my best friend. I was like, she's still there. So I just kind of put a feeler out there. When I decided to come back, it was out of necessity, yes, but it's not like I chose it randomly. We ended up finding, you know, a great place, like a little ad for an apartment in like a house in this neighborhood that is like secluded, but also in the middle of the city. Like the community in this neighborhood is so close. Somehow, we found the best of both worlds in this listing. You know, we found this community of people, this community of like friends and like family that I get to like learn and I get to find out more about, and, you know, automatic friendship for me who's coming back to Detroit who hasn't been here in a while.
It's from a documentary.
I am going for a
Did
He's making a video.
Oh, he is? I didn't know that.
You know, I've just started getting into the groove of things here with my new job, and started finding my footing here and really coming into a pace. And my mom and my nana both had really bad illness happen to them. My nana got really sick, and she was very old, so it was kind of expected. And so things started taking kind of a turn for the south, and that was getting even more difficult being away. Just started finding my footing in a new job and being away and being here. And then my grandma is dying. I went down there and I got to spend some time, and that was hard to see her very sick and very not doing well. The leaving again, it's the leaving that's really difficult, because how do you leave someone you love for the last time and justify it? How do you everyone says, I would give anything for another minute with someone after they passed. Everyone says that I would give anything to spend some more time with them, and then to have that opportunity, but know that you have to that I had to come back. I had to come back to work and I had to do it, but I knew that if I left her, I would never see her again. So it's should I have done whatever I could have done to get more time with her? And I don't think there's a real answer for that. I don't think what I did, I think when I left, she was still alive, but when I left that time from my visit, I don't think I made a wrong decision. I don't think, there's a right or wrong, but, that was something that I've struggled with being away from my family recently, is the really hard times when, what if it's the last time you leave them? What if it's the last time you see them? What if it's the last time and you still do it anyways?